Hi everyone, Keren here from tuppencecolored.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. This is the project that I'm making today. It's this rather cute Christmas card featuring woolly sheep on the front and the message Seasons Bleatings. Now the reason why I've made a Christmas card with a sheep is because I'm from South Wales, which is part of the world where it's very mountainous, and we've got a lot of sheep. There are a lot of sheep farmers around our part of the world. And this card is going to be sent to some friends of ours who emigrated to Australia. So we're sending it to them as a reminder of all the Welsh sheep that they are missing. So stick with me and I'll show you how I made it. I'm going to start with the card background today. So I've got myself my piece of thick whisper white and I've trimmed it to 11.5 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored it at 5 3/4 and folded it over to make my card base. And I've got a piece of old olive card which I've cut to 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches, and a piece of the Hearth and Home DSP which is also cut to 3 3/4 inches by 3 inches. I think it was 3 inches. Let me just check. Yeah, 3 inches, because I wanted it to be a bit more than halfway. So I'm just going to start by applying those to the front of my base card with a bit of snail. So nice and easy, not too much messing about. So I'm just going to pop that on, get it, oops, centered on to the base. And now I've got my Hearth and Home, sorry, my Home and Christmas DSP. I'm having trouble at the moment remembering the names of things. I am calling things by all sorts of peculiar names, but this is Home for Christmas DSP. And I have loved this paper stack. I've really liked it. So there's my card background, and I can put that on one side now while I work on the sheep. To make the sheep, I've cut myself a 2 3/4 inch, sorry, 3 to 1. So for the body of the sheep, I've cut 3 to 1. So 2 1. For the body of the sheep, I've punched out a 2 3/8 scallop circle out of whisper white card, not the thick card, the ordinary card, and that is going to be the fluffy body of the sheep. For the sheep's legs, I've cut one piece of basic black using the word slot punch, and for the sheep's face, this is made using this punch here, which is the Owl Builder punch. Now I don't need all of it. I just need that bit, those bits, and those bits. And I've cut that bit and those bits out of basic black, and those pieces I've cut out of whisper white. Before I started, because this is quite fiddly, I put a bit of our fine tip glue on to the white circles and put the small black circles on top of them, because those are going to be the sheep's eyes. Now you could just draw in a couple of black dots onto the white circles. It would be a great deal easier, but just for the purposes of this demonstration, I've gone ahead and I've done that. Oh, and the other thing that I punched out as well was 3 of the little flowers from the Itty Bitty Accents punch set, and we'll be using those in a minute. Right, so first of all, we've got to do some surgery on the sheep, and we're going to cut off, these would be the owl's feet, and the sheep doesn't need them because this is going to be the bottom of the sheep's face. So we're going to do a bit of surgery on that, and now you can see that is starting to look like a sheep's face. And the other thing that we're going to do is we've got the piece of basic black that we cut out with the word slot punch, and I'm going to chop that in half as well, and that's going to be the sheep's legs. So we're going to start sticking things together, and I'm going to put a spare piece of Whisper White down, because otherwise you can guarantee I'll stick my thumb in it. Just putting a little bit of my Tombow glue. I think my Tombow is coming to an end actually. I shall have to get myself another bottle. And I'm going to stick on. See, good thing I did that, because I've gone and spludged the glue. That's a technical term. Okay, so there are my sheep's legs, and I want them to be more or less even, otherwise it would be sheep that can only go one way around the mountain. It's one of the jokes that shepherds tell people, is that they breed sheep with legs that are shorter on one side than the other, so that they can only go one way around the mountain. Shepherds don't get out much. Right, so there's my sheep's body with its legs. This is going to be my sheep's face. So in with the glue again on the back of my basic black piece, and I'm going to pop my sheep's face in. Woo! Come back. Come back. That's a good sheep. This sheep's got a name. She's called Barbara. Barbara! Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so, oops, got a bit of glue on this. I'll wipe that off. Actually, I shall wait until it's dry, and then I shall go in with my glue eraser, and that will take it all away. So, am I happy with that? Just give it nice and even, otherwise she'll have a quizzical expression. Okay, so these are the eyes that I made earlier, and I've just stuck them down to a bit of low tack tape so that I know where they are, and I'm just going to put tiny blob of my Tombow glue and pick it up. Right, which way shall I have a looking? I think, which way should we look? Down that way. Down that way, shall we think? And here's the other one. Again. And there she is. Now she just needs a couple more things to make her perfect, and these are the 3 itty bitty flowers, and they're going to be the sheep's fringe. So again, spot glue on the back. Come on, out you can. Might help if I put that down, mightn't it? It's all going terribly well. I hope my friends in Australia appreciate the pain that we've all gone through for this card. Oh dear me. Okay. We have those 2 pieces there. Whoops. There we go. And the third one goes into the middle. And if this wasn't a Christmas card, I think I'd leave it there, or I might put a little bow on her wool, on her fringe, to make her look cute. But because it is a Christmas card, and I've just dropped the piece of paper that I was using, I fussy cut this out of the same paper that I've used for the base of the card from the Home for Christmas DSP. So just fussy cut out a piece of the mistletoe. And we'll put a bit of mistletoe, we'll put a bit of glue on the back of this, put a bit of the Tombow, and we give her a nice little bit of mistletoe onto her wool for the sentiment on the front of the card. Strangely enough, we don't actually make a stamp that says Season's Bleatings, but what we do make is this. and this is a rotary punch, and you've got 13, I think it is, gaps along the bottom, and you've got letters of the alphabet and numbers and icons, so that you can make up pretty much any word that you want, as long as it's not more than 13 letters long, obviously. Now I went ahead and I've already stamped up seasons and punched it out with the washi tape punch, and now I'm going to do bleatings. So I've set up my stamp. I've set up my stamp with the word bleatings. Can you see that? Across there, and I've filled in the spaces at the end with just any one of the letters, if these happen to be little hearts. And I'll show you why in just a moment. I'll show you why I've done that. Because when I did this, first of all, I found that no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to stamp out without contaminating the unused letters. So I tried everything. I tried all sorts of ways, and then I had a moment of inspiration. So I've now stamped that up. That's all inked up, and I've got ink on these bits here which I don't want, and I'm just gonna turn those round out of the way. And now when I stamp down, which way up am I? I'm that way. Now when I stamp that down, it's caught it a little bit there, but I can live with that, and it's nice and clean. I was using Memento Tuxedo Black, by the way. So I'm coming now with my my washi tape label punch, and I'm just going to centre that side there and punch it out, and there it is. So now let's bring all the pieces of our card back together and assemble. So to put my sheep onto the front of my card, I'm going to raise her up a little bit, so I'm going to put her on some Stampin' Dimensionals. There we go. Let's get the backings off. Put them on one side, and we'll arrange our sheep. So I want most of her onto the plain green part, with just her feet and the bottom third of her body on the pattern. So does she look right there? More or less centered, and down she goes. There you go. There you go, Barbara. And we'll put the message on at a jaunty angle, and snail will do well for us. You see that? You see, there's one that I stamped before when I was trying it out. Oh, this set doesn't have an apostrophe or a comma, so I had to put the apostrophe in with a ballpoint pen, and it has to be there because I trained as an English teacher, and to put that without an apostrophe would hurt me. Really would. And there she is. Here's my finished card, and here's the one I made earlier. I hope you have enjoyed watching this project, and if you have, please do think about subscribing to my channel, clicking the old thumbs up button and giving me a like, visiting my blog or my Facebook page. Details are underneath the video. Meanwhile, I need to get these cards into envelopes and send them out to my friends and relations in Australia. So for now, it's goodbye from Barbara, and it's goodbye from me, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.